Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is January 13th, 2024, and we are in the Old Testament book of 1 Chronicles. We're going to read chapter 13 today. Our chronicler is going to give us a story of David bringing the ark into Jerusalem, or trying to, I guess. And then he's including it here, tells us a few things. And as we're reading it, it tells us a few things about what this chronicler is trying to do. Again, we said the main purpose that our chronicler is trying to do is to take the exiles who've come out of Persia and try and connect them to everything that's come before, connect them to God, show them that they're part of God's plan. They're part of the 12 tribes of Israel. They're connected to David. They were part of David's success. They were part of the kingdom that was God's kingdom, even though now they're exiles and they're wondering what happened. And he's getting ready to tell them, well, what happened is disobedience and sin, and we walked away from God. But God has promised us all the way that we're going to have a remnant here. We just need to start obeying him. And part of that is to show David's reverence for God by bringing the ark in. And it also wants to show them the power of God, okay, because they did a few things wrong. The ark is supposed to be carried on poles. They're putting it on a cart. Because it's on a cart, it starts to wobble, and man puts out his hand to keep the cart from falling over, but he's now touched the ark, which is against God's commandment. So they broke a bunch of commandments with this ark, and God has to punish it. Kind of like saying, I'm going to draw a line in the sand, don't cross it. And if someone crosses it, well, you either got to follow through on what you said, or you're nothing. And God said, this is how my ark has to be treated. You cannot touch it. You cannot put it on a cart. You have to respect it, revere it. And even though it was accidental that the man touched it, Uzzah wasn't trying to defy God. He thought he was being good, but he crossed the line, and God says, I got to punish. There's got to be punishment here. You didn't respect me. I have to enforce my sovereignty and say, no, this is why you need to respect me. The fear of the Lord. Occasionally, God has to show why you have to fear him, and that's what happened here. But David understands, oops, we didn't do this right, and he stops, and the ark goes right where it is. They leave it, and they come back and they say, well, we got to think this through, and we got to follow God's plan, not our plan. And again, that's one of the themes that we're going to see through Chronicles, well, through the whole Bible. It's got to be God's plan, not our plan. Anyway, let's go ahead and we're going to read 1 Chronicles chapter 13. Then David consulted with the captains of thousands and hundreds, and with every leader. And David said to all the assembly of Israel, if it seems good to you, and if it is of the Lord our God, let us send out to our brethren everywhere who are left in all the land of Israel, and with them to the priests and Levites who are in their cities and their common lands, that they may gather together to us, and let us bring the ark of our God back to us, for we have not inquired at all since the days of Saul. Then all the assembly said they would do so, for the thing was right in the eyes of all the people. So David gathered all Israel together, from Johor in Egypt to as far as the entrance of Hamath, to bring the ark of God from Kiriath-Jearim. And David and all Israel went up to Baalah, to Kirjath-Jearim, which belonged to Judah, to bring up from there the ark of God the Lord, who dwells between the cherubim, where his name is proclaimed. So they carried the ark of God on a new cart from the house of Abinadab, and Uzzah and Ahio drove the cart. Then David and all Israel played music before God with all their might, with singing, on harps, on stringed instruments, on tambourines, on cymbals, and with trumpets. When it came to Chidon's threshing floor, Uzzah put out his hand and took hold of the ark, for the oxen stumbled. Then the anger of the Lord was aroused against Uzzah, and he struck him because he put his hand to the ark, and he died there before God. And David became angry because of the Lord's outbreak against Uzzah. Therefore that place is called Perez Uzzah to this day. David was afraid of God that day, saying, how can I bring the ark of God to me? So David would not move the ark with him into the city of David, but took it aside into the house of Obed-Edom and the Gittite. The ark of God remained with the family of Obed-Edom in his house 3 months. And the Lord blessed the house of Obed-Edom and all that he had. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.